Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to the channel. Unlike any other channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, my channel exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe.
So, let's get into today's video. The last video I uploaded did feature Shadow Walrein in the Master League Premier Classic. And to be honest, I did go 5-0, but the Walrus didn't really put that much work in, as the boy you see on screen, Shadow Machamp, was fucking smashing everything. So I did run this team for a further 6 sets, and let me tell you, the Walrus is pretty fucking good. We went 27-8 overall, and it should have actually been 29-6. I lost 2 battles. The only win con for the opponent was lag, and obviously we got the lag. So you are going to see one of them battles in this set. I'm going to show my last 2 sets. So they are at the highest elo. I did start using this team around 2400-ish. I think we land at bang on 2700. So we're going to see 2 sets. So the team is an ABB team. Shadow Machamp in the lead with 2 things weak to fighting in the back. And this team goes on a fucking rampage. So without any further ado, let's get into the battles. We will be leading Shadow Machamp for the duration of the video, and in all neutral matches we will be looking to switch out. But in game 1 we pick up the lead against Magnezone. You absolutely love to see it. They switch into a Waterfall Gyarados, and we say switch to Walrein. We obviously could win this matchup if we chose. However, I now know that if they go for an Outrage, we will simultaneously KO, and that is fantastic for me, as I don't want to get farmed down by that UFO. We tank the Outrage like a champ, and we do simultaneous KO. So we're now in a pretty good spot, as both our back 2 Pokemon aren't really too fussed by this UFO. However, Machamp in the back is pretty fucked up. However, we're going to tank this move, we're going to switch out into Machamp, and now we're going to counter the shit out of absolutely everything. I imagine the UFO is going to throw a wild charge, so we get less farm, which is no problem for us. We're now at the back-to-back cross chop, so we are going to have to make 3 moves. We allow a counter through, but this is going to be a good game. Our Shadow Machamp has pretty fucking good IVs, and our forearms are punching the shit out of the opposing Machamp. We draw the shield. We're going to reach this 3rd cross chop, and that right there is going to be a good game. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into game 2 of the video, we pick up a lead against Ampharos. What the heck is this thing? Obviously it's going to have pretty good coverage against the Flyers and the Gary, but in the Master League, buddy, I don't think you really want to see a Machamp. We're going to throw this cross chop to soften it up and then look to dip into our Snorlax. We draw a shield. I am counting Volt Switches. They CMP tie us on 4. However, I can count. So like I say, kids, stay in school, learn to count. That ain't no Focus Blast. The Thunder Punch does pretty much sweet fuck all. We take him out with a Body Slam, and the opponent already thinks, fuck that, and they leave the match. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against Gyarados. This really is not where you want to see the Gary. However, say switching into Snorlax does draw out the Togekiss. So this could be triple flyers, which does mean our Machamp is going to have pretty limited play against the entire team. However, you already know that I love to Stone Edge the shit out of things. So we take shield advantage. I was hoping to make 1 more Body Slam. The opponent does throw, but this means the Walrus is going to come in and farm down. And let me tell you, Shadow Walrus with energy is lethal. You can see these charms are absolutely shredding us, but the Walrus is now loaded full of energy. In the back is an Excadrill. This Excadrill is not really looking too promising against the remainder of our team. They allow me to get to 2 Icicle Spheres before they've even thrown a move. I am going to now come in with Machamp. We can shield once, and you already know what time it is. That Gyarados has no shields, so I'm going to choose to probably shield this up. We would survive an Aqua Tail, but either way, I'm going to overfarm, Stone Edge this thing. See you fucking later, Gyarados. Eat Stone Edge, and we're going to just counter down that Excadrill, so that's a GG. Off to a 3-0 start. Going into game 4, we pick up a lead against Shadow Snorlax. This is brilliant. They say switch into Dragonite, and this is where the Walrus really shines. Due to Dragonite's Dragon Flying typing, these ice moves are hitting for double super effective. I undercharge this, hoping to get some farm, but it looks like the opponent is going to try and 2-shield and farm us down. But let me tell you, that is not a good idea, because you might think your Gyarados is going to survive a Rock Slide, but we have a little surprise waiting for you. So we're going to come in with Snorlax. I am going to shield once in case they Hurricane me. Let's see. We correctly shield a Hurricane. You fucking love to see it. We lick down. I'm expecting that Snorlax to come back out. I'm spamming out Machamp. We get a counter in. Hello, Gyarados. Here's the Rock Slide. You're going to survive. But guess what? Surprise, motherfucker. Eat Stone Edge. That right there one-shots the Gary. Snorlax doesn't want the smoke. And that right there is a good game. Off to a 4-0 start. Moving on into the next battle. We pick up a lead against a Dragon-tailed Dragonite. Obviously, we do not love to see that. We come in with Snorlax. We tank the Dragon Claw. They switch out into Excadrill. So, Excadrill isn't the worst matchup for us. I can tank this move, which I know. I now fire off a superpower. This means that if they shield, they're going to get hardly any farm, but the opponent actually doesn't shield. We lick down. Snorlax, you absolute fucking monster. In the back is a Metagross. This looks like it should be a good game. We go for this cross chop. Cross chop will do decent damage to the Metagross. They don't even shield. They are looking to two-shield the Dragonite. We sneak a counter. I'm going to shield this up. The swap will be coming any second. And Walrus is going to clean up for us. We are going to tank this move as we don't need to shield yet. You can see that our health now is fairly equal. I'm spamming out the Icicle Spear. And what the fuck is going on? We get some lag. We finally get to it and look at my health bar. They got free Dragon Tails. We now don't manage to Powder Snow down, which is absolute fucking bullshit. Niantic, fix your fucking game. Once again, you fucking screw me out of a 5-0. But fuck it. It is what it is. The opponent obviously loves the lag con. I'd be absolutely embarrassed if I was you. So if you're watching, fair fucking play. I really hope you make Legend, because if that's how you're going to play like a little bitch, then fuck it, bitch your way to Legend. But you can see we would have went 5-0 because we flipped that switch and we managed to regain alignment. Moving on into set number 2. We pick up another lead against a Dragon-tailed Dragonite. So once again, we save switch into our Snorlax. We land the Body Slam. The opponent has got quite a lot of energy. I'm not going to shield this up. If you want to Hurricane me, you crack on. They don't Hurricane us. So we are going to get to this Body Slam. The opponent probably is going to shield and farm down. But that is absolutely fine for me. I'm going to come in with the Walrus and look to get ahead on energy. I am deciding whether I want to shield a potential Hurricane. I'm thinking, fuck it, I'll put up a shield. We correctly shield a Hurricane. Best case scenario for us, I expect them to go for back-to-back Dragon Claws. They come in with Excadrill. Walrus, ahead in energy, doesn't really care for this Excadrill. We draw a shield. We are going to CMP tie on this next move. So I'm going to shield this up, fire off the Icicle Sphere, get this thing low and make an instant swap into my Machamp. Ice Sphere, get some low. We come in with Machamp. In the back is a Metagross. This looks like a good game. Shadow Machamp is about to go on a tear up. We land the cross chop. We get him fairly low. This Meteor Mash will take us out. They're now 8 away from the next move. So I'm going to fire off a resisted Icicle Sphere. I highly doubt this KOs, but they're now 2 away from the next move. It doesn't KO. One Powder Snow takes them out. And we're going to beat this Excadrill to the move. And Shadow Walrus is going to clean up game 1 in set number 2. GG's and thanks for playing. Finally, the algorithm gods say, fuck it, have a positive lead. We see the UFO, they switch into Gary. You already know I'm coming in with the Walrus. This is not an outrage, it is just going to be a crunch. So I am going to tank it. I'm going to overfarm and look to fire back-to-back Icicle Spheres. I'm not really bothered. If the opponent wants to win switch, you can carry on. I just don't want to get farmed down by that UFO. My health now is super low. So if they let this go, there's hardly any farm. They actually don't let it go. But either way, that's fine for me. We can come in with Snorlax, get ahead on energy, and obviously that UFO is going to have to worry about a potential superpower. They fire off an Aqua Tail. You can see Snorlax is super bulky. They are now at the crunch. Once again, I'm not going to shield this up. Crunch will do decent damage. We will survive. We will lick down. In the back is a Machamp, and this is looking like a good game. We fire the superpower. We get the Machamp low. And now come in with our own Machamp. We sneak a counter as well, so I'm going to be able to shield this cross chop up and completely farm them down. You can see they're now one short of the move. We farm them down. Let's see what they come in with. They come in with the Gary, hoping we throw. We're not that stupid. And they leave the match. So that is G to the G. Moving on into game number 3 of set number 2. We pick up a Togekiss lead. This is one of the worst things the team can see. We switch into Snorlax and the opponent is staying in. So Snorlax gets this Body Slam. We get the Togekiss down to around half health. We are going to tank whatever you want to throw. Aerial Ace or Ancient Power. It's just an Ancient Power. And now they switch out into a Walrein of their own. As they know we have a Machamp, I highly doubt they're going to shield, so go straight for the superpower. It lands, does big damage, great counting from the opponent. They fire just before we get to our own body slam, and we are just going to come in with Machamp and farm this thing down. They throw an Icicle Sphere, that's no problem, Machamp can tank this, and we actually manage to counter down. They come in with Togekiss, we're looking for the farm down, the big Walrus farms it down, and in the back is an Excadrill, and that right there is a good game despite seeing Togekiss in the lead. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up another dreadful lead against a Dragonite. We switch to Snorlax, they come in with Excadrill. I like to think it's a steel bird, but everyone tells me it's a mole, so fuck it, we'll go with the mole. The mole really doesn't like seeing Snorlax. We go for the superpower. Let's see if they shield it up. They do shield, and at this stage now, I'm going to shield this up, and let's see if the opponent wants to double shield. If you want a double shield, we love to take shield advantage. We overfarm, go for the superpower. Does the opponent commit 2 shields? They do. The opponent looks like they're going for an aggressive farm down. Snorlax says absolutely fucking no chance. So Snorlax takes out the Excadrill despite the fact that they did commit 2 shields. They come in with a Mamoswine. I deliberately switch out into Machamp because you already know what the fuck's going on. We shield up the Dragon Claw. In comes the Stone Edge. Stone Edge is going to take the Dragonite out. See you fucking later. The Mamoswine is going to have to throw against our Machamp, which is absolutely fantastic. So we've got a great answer for the Mamoswine with our Walrein. In comes Walrein. Ice is hitting this Mamoswine for neutral due to ground taking super effective and ice resisting ice. We do land. This could be a Stone Edge. Does Stone Edge one shot? I don't fucking know. We're about to find out. No, it doesn't. And we Powder Snow down and take the victory. Moving on into the last battle of set number 2. Yet again, another bullshit fucking lead. We're hard counted in the lead, hard counted on the switch. Are we going to pull this one out? We are about to find out. Machamp doesn't shield. They are now really low. We aren't going to shield this up and try and lick down, as I know they're at back-to-back. The opponent undercharges and stupidly let us get to another move, which is great for us as they now put up a shield. I can now come in with my own Machamp. We can tank a cross chop, no problem. And I'm now hoping that we've seen the fight, a Walrus is going to sweep endgame. So we tank the move, we switch out into Walrein, get 1 Powder Snow. They come in with Metagross. Is this a Shadow Walrein sweep? We're going to go for the bait because I know they don't want to see this Walrus on the Dragonite. We land the bait, we CMP tie on the Meteor Mash, so there's no chance they can catch. We shield it up, we land the Earthquake. Earthquake, see you fucking later, Metagross. Show me that Dragonite. In comes the Dragonite, double super effective, Icicle Sphere damage. We're 2600 CP, despite being 1100 CP less than the Dragonite. We absolutely fuck them up, and we take that game. So you can see we went 9-1 in our last 2 sets. It should have been 10-0, as the lose con in the only match we lost was lag, which we obviously got. So you're going to see we're going to land around 2700 ELO, MMR, whatever you want to call it. And we're now going to see just a couple more bonus battles where the Walrus puts in loads of work. So if you have a good IV, Shadow Walrus, I hope this video is convincing you to give it a try out. Despite the fact that mine's a 13, 15, 15, so it doesn't have the best attack, it does put in a fuckload of work. So moving on into this bonus battle, you can see we pick up the Machamp lead. We have got 15 attacks, so I know that it's going to be a coin toss on whether we win CMP. We lose CMP the first time. I fire off this cross chop. We don't allow any free counter through. I go for the back-to-back, as does the opponent. We lose CMP once again. So obviously I can't allow this counter user to be on our Snorlax or our Walrus. So we're going to go for this third one. Surely after losing 2 CMPs, you can see the opponent actually went for the extra. That's a mistake. We take switch. They come in with Garchomp. And you know that the Walrus is about to go off. So I get to this Earthquake. The 1 Powder Snow means we are going to outpace this Metagross. Earthquake lands. We switch out into Snorlax. We lick down. And the opponent leaves the match. So Shadow Walrus putting in loads of work. Moving on into bonus battle number 2. We pick up another Togekiss lead. Absolutely dreadful. We say switch into Snorlax. Snorlax is going to get to this body slam. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. They let it go. They now switch out into a Metagross. So I'm going to farm up, go for this superpower before they can go for a Meteor Mash. Superpower will do decent damage. We got them fairly low. I go for now a body slam. imagining the opponent is going to shield and farm down. I didn't want to debuff myself again. I wanted to get as much lick damage as possible. So Machamp at full health can tank a Meteor Mash. I don't know what's going on with the health bar. You can see that in near one shots, but we do counter down. I'm spamming out Walrus. Let's see what's in the back. The opponent is going to fire off an Ancient Power. They are staying in, so they must be weak in the back. I shield it up, and in the back is an Excadrill. Unfortunately, ahead on energy, Excadrill isn't going to fancy this matchup. Icicle Sphere lands. We land the second Icicle Sphere. They are going to have to shield it up, and due to us getting ahead on energy, we're going to be able to shield this move up, and we are going to outpace it to the next move, and Shadow Walrus is going to sweep the back line. You absolutely love to see it. Shadow Walrus says GG's and thanks for playing. Now moving on into bonus battle number 3. We pick up a great lead against this absolute silly steel mole. They switch into Garchomp, and you already know the Walrus absolutely loves to see it. They land the Sand Tomb, we don't shield, we now go for this Icicle Sphere, we try and undercharge, and despite our really low CP, even a great takes them out. They now come in with the Excadrill once again. Icicle Sphere does hit for neutral, the opponent actually shields, the Walrus is going off, they dump their energy. Best case scenario for us, we've got shield advantage and we've got alignment. We come in with Machamp, in the back is a Togikiss. You already know this is going to be a G to the G, so on the switch, the Walrus put loads of work in. It absolutely deleted that Garchomp, despite the fact Garchomp's got about 1100 more CP. They couldn't come in with Togekiss because we would be hitting him for super effective, and the Excadrill didn't want to take 2 moves, so the Walrus absolutely deleted this team. Back out comes the Mole. We're going to go for the bait. A super would KO from this range, and I don't want to get farmed down. So actually, draw a shield. We're now at the move, so I'm going to shield this up. They're not at back-to-back, and Shadow Machamp is going to clutch out the final battle of the video. So, do you want to invest in Walrein? Maybe not the regular. I've seen a few and they've been really disappointing. If you've got a good IV, Shadow Walrus, I'd absolutely recommend investing. But like I say, mine's a 13, 15, 15, so it hasn't even got the best attack. It's not even 2700 CP in the big boy league, and it actually goes on a tear up. I did enter the wrong league once as well, and if you thought that matchup with Walrein versus Garchomp was funny, it's even funnier when I saw a level 51. It was like 4600 CP or something, and it got absolutely wrecked by a Pokemon, almost half its CP. So I'd highly recommend investing in it, and as always, I couldn't recommend Stone Edge anymore. If you've got a spare Elite TM, I personally believe Stone Edge Shadow Machamp is the best investment you could possibly make. And obviously Snorlax, what a fucking animal. It's even better in the Open Master League, where it is really funny deleting Giratinas. So I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I will obviously see you all very soon in the next video.